Hi, I'm Dicta, and then thank you for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time about a father and a son. So the father and the son lived in a town called Kabul. It was a little town, but it was small enough to contain everybody else. Akbar was the name of the father. He had lost his wife decades ago when she had gone into labor. Because of that, he hated women because a part of him felt his wife had abandoned him during the time he needed her most. His hatred for women grew so strong to the point that he allowed no woman into his house. All his slaves were men, and he made sure that none of them had features or garments that resembled a woman's. He drove all his energy into taking care of his son and his only child. The bond between him and his son became very strong, and in physical features they looked so much alike, like twins, and they were almost together all the time. So his son, who he named Toshi, grew up without a mother figure, and there were no women in his household, so obviously the boy had no relations with women. Time wasn't on their side, so Akbar kept on growing old and he became feeble. His health was declining, but then sadly his opinions on women had not really changed. He still hated them. So it came as a shock when one time he called Toshi and told him that you need to find yourself a wife. So Toshi told his father that there was no way he was going to find a wife. He doesn't need a woman to marry. And why his father changing his opinion on women all of a sudden? So Akbar told Toshi that you need a woman to take care of you, and don't let my opinion on how women are blind the fact that you need someone by your side when I die. Toshi didn't agree, but after a back and forth conversation with his father, he finally agreed to get married. He didn't want to disrespect his father's last wish. So in the end, Toshi agreed to marry, and then his father set him up with the most beautiful maiden in their town. She was as pretty as she could be. But then sadly, after the marital ceremony, Toshi's father died. The man that Toshi had known to be his companion, and not just his father, his best friend, his greatest love of his life, was dead. And it took a great toll on him. His grieving process took a great toll on his poor wife as well, because nothing she did could take him out of his sadness and his pain. She grew restless and frustrated. So one time, she suggested that Toshi should go to their capital and then go on a tour, get to know the place, because he had never been there since he was born. So she told him nice tales and stories about the capital and how there are merchants who bring new stuff all the time for people to buy. And besides, their capital town was where they used to go annually for worshipping their gods. So Toshi thought about what his wife has said, and then he agreed to go on the journey. So because of the kind of stories his wife told him about the capital town, the very moment he got there, the first place he went to was the market square. He walked around the market and saw so many merchants selling a lot of foreign items he had never seen in his entire life or in his small village. So he went to one merchant's stall, and then amongst the items the merchant was selling was a mirror. But Toshi had no idea what it was or what it was used for, because he had never seen something like that before. Its beauty attracted him, so he picked up the mirror, and then when he looked into it, he screamed at what he saw. So the merchant, who was shocked and surprised, yelled at Toshi and asked him that, why are you yelling? And then Toshi said, I just saw my father in the thing I'm having in my hand. The merchant was still confused, so he said, what are you talking about? And he said, Toshi told him that, I see my dead father in what I have in my hand. So the merchant realized what Toshi was trying to say. So he said, this is called a mirror. And Toshi said, I've never seen some before, and I see my dead father in it. So the merchant just smiled and said, it's a mirror. But when he realized Toshi wasn't understanding what he was saying, or Toshi had no idea what a mirror is, He told him that I can give it to you for a cheap price. You can take it home. And then Toshi said, I'll be very, very grateful if you give it to me. So the merchant sold the mirror to Toshi, and then Toshi took it home. And then on his way home, he packed the mirror in such a way that he wouldn't lose it, because he couldn't wait to take it home to show everybody else. This is where I'm going to end the first part of the story, because I don't want the video to be too long. And then in my second video, I'm going to do the part 2 of the video. Thank you for watching, and then stay tuned for the next part.